Arriving, track 10, local from Albany, Poughkeepsie, Ossining.
Says she lives with her old lady over in Jackson Heights. She says I gotta take her home early.
Why don't you relax? We're only about 20 minutes late.
Yeah, 20 minutes. And by the time we deliver his nibs, I'll have to take a taxi. She probably won't wait for me.
I think he went down that way. Hi.
Hi. Look, matey, how's to loan me a nickel? I gotta make an important call, and I haven't got any change.
Sure. I know how it is.
Thanks. Maybe I can do the same for you sometime.
Ah, forget it.
Hello, information? Give me the number of Harmony Theater, backstage. Yeah, 43rd Street.
Hello, Harmony Theater.
Mida King, please. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, well, it better be important, son. I can't be disturbing our store on opening night unless... Hey, Delroy, run down and tell your ma to answer Miss King's phone.
Run down and tell her yourself, Tubby. I got my own troubles. Hello.
Hello, Mida. Do you know who this is? Sure, you remember, don't you, baby? I knew you would. I'm not far, Mida. Just around the corner. Death and me are just around the corner, waiting for you. Don't keep us waiting, Mida. Don't keep us waiting.
Mida, what's the matter? Turk. He... Look. Tell him anything. I'm not going to stay here and wait for her. What about the show? Well, what about it? Baby can go on for me. She knows the part backwards. Very backwards. Finish packing and pick up the things at the apartment and bring them down to the car. I'm going down there and lock myself in.
What'll I tell David?
Tell him where I've gone, you dope. His private car at Grand Central. Turk'll never find me there.
Now, look, Butch, you know what you got to do. I'll meet you down there in about 30 minutes.
All right.
Tell him upstairs to sound general alarm. Watch all gates.
Yeah.
Rocky,
Listen, you're late. I said 30 minutes.
But, Rocky, I found
Come on,
out...
we've got to get out of here fast.
Look out! Rocky, look out!
Turk, what are you doing here?
Well, I saw a chance to take a sneak, and
Here I've been working night and day trying to whip up enough evidence to get you a new trial.
If I can get to Mida King for about 5 minutes, you can skip the trial.
I may be a pretty good private detective, but not good enough to get you out of a jam like this. Now, come on.
Got the time, pal? We've been stalling around here for over a half an hour already. We ought to get organized and close in on that guy. I got a date.
Better call it off. Guy can lose himself in the innards of that terminal. Like as not take a week, 10 days before they find him.
Look, pal, you ain't on the level. Not a week.
Mm-hmm. And I ain't your pal. Here's your boss.
Can you get to the Hotel Admiral siding this way, that car, Thanatopsis?
Yes.
Gee, Inspector, I'm glad you come yourself. Hello, boys. We ought to have done this in the first place. Now we'll get him.
Get who?
Turk.
Yeah, but not for what you think.
For the murder of Maida King. They just found her down here in a private car.
What's his name?
Hey, you. What's your name?
David V. Henderson.
You're Constance Furness. I've seen your picture in the paper lots of times.
You put in the police call?
Yes.
You find the body?
Mr. Henderson and I, together.
Thank you very much. Hey, you, sister. Who are you?
Baby Delroy to you, brother, of the South Brooklyn Delroys. Minsky's, class of 36. Bumps, back bends, buck and wing. What do you have?
I'll have strawberry.
What are you doing here?
Believe it or not, brother, I'm waiting for my barrister. And for your grammar school coppers to make up your peanut minds.
A beautiful job. Simply beautiful. Not a mark on her body.
Wait a minute. When did she get it?
Oh, just a short while ago. Perhaps 20 minutes, half hour.
How?
Haven't the slightest. That's for my distinguished confrère, the autopsy surgeon, to determine. Maybe she froze to death, what?
Oh, Doc! You forgot your cutlery.
Oh, thank you, my good man. Good night. Good night.
Quite a character, ain't he?
Hey, who's that?
That's my #1 bet for the guy who put the chill on the little lady in there. His name's Reinhardt. He was married to Maida once.
What are you waiting for?
He works right here in the terminal.
I'll bet it was fun while it lasted, huh?
There was a man and woman with them, Inspector. They got away, but some of the boys had got them cornered in a steam tunnel down on the lower level.
Good.
Come on.
Reinhardt?
Over there.
Let's you and me take a little walk.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Better get your coat.
Trump. Yep. You know Miss King opened at Frankie Ciro's new show tonight.
Right.
You might find him at the theater, the Harmony. And hadn't you better take a couple of boys along?
I like 'em that way. I haven't picked up one of those soup and fish desperados in months.
Look, Inspector. You leap over to Miss King's apartment and see what you can find, or who.
Look, Inspector, could I please have the rest of the evening off, please?
No. Come on, folks, let's go.
Don't argue. Don't argue with me.
You're making a mistake, I tell you. I'm Maida's stepfather. My name is Ramon.
I don't care if you're a grandmother. Get going. You too, Delroy. I ain't got all night.
Nothing but trouble since I've been working for that Maida King.
Hello, Frank.
Oh, hello. You ought to be more careful, you know. Much more careful. There's so many hold-ups lately.
You called it. That's what this is. Only I don't want the dough. I want you.
Yes?
Mm-hmm. Is it convenient?
Of course. You know, I'm always delighted to oblige you boys from Center Street. Especially that charming Inspector Gunther.
You don't have to be so fresh, you know.
Come on, we
And
got...
leave go of me, you big bully.
They was in Maida's apartment. This one was packing like she was fixing to take a very fast powder. She says her name's Pearl Delroy and that she's Maida's maid. And this one says he's Maida's step-pop.
Well, quite a party.
Come in, Frankie. Don't be bashful. In a minute it gets out with the dancing girls.
Bring some more chairs, boys. I want everybody to be comfortable.
Yeah, and bring us all a bottle of pop on the inspector.
Sit over there.
Hello, Mama. What you in for?
That's what I'd like to know. What's it all about? Things that come to a pretty pass when a lady can't...
Hello, Delroy. How's the rub-down racket? Well, Inspector, if I might venture a guess as to what this is about, I think we're all here to tell what we know about the murder of Mida King.
And how did you know about that?
I was only, putting two and two together.
And getting Turk. Me? I'll still lay a little 3-to-1 on Prince Charming over there.
You lay off me, will you?
I knew it. It was so plain in the cards. Oh, my poor baby, I tried to warn.
Shut up, you sniveling infidel. You probably done her in yourself.
How can you say such a thing? I loved Mida like my own daughter.
Own daughter, my eye. Hanging around all the time trying to scare money out of it with your phony crystal gazing. I bet you pushed that ace of spades under the dressing room door, you son, you dirty snake.
Quiet!
Okay.
All right, you'll give. And I don't want any interruptions. What's your name?
Raymond. Just Raymond. I am a registered occultist and psychic. I met and married Mida's mother when she was 15. I mean, when Mida was 15. Very beautiful. Very good.
Sorry, chum.
Go on.
Mida's mother was not well. In a little over a year, she died. I worked hard so that Mida could continue her school, but she was getting a little wild, and she ran away. I was very unhappy, very lonely.
You can skip all that. Bring it up to date.
Well, I lost track of her for several years. When I saw her again, she was in a show on Broadway, very successful. I saw her occasionally after that. We were friendly. But then, day before yesterday, when I was reading her cards alone, something happened. And it happened repeatedly. I had to see her at once. I went to her apartment. It was very late. As I came out of the elevator, I saw a man lurking in the shadows.
And I won't go for it any longer. You can take your threats and your extortion racket and that juicy puss of yours and get out.
This is your last chance, Mida.
Your last chance is gone. You've raised the ante on me for the last time. Now get out. And stay out, you blackmailing rat. Well, what do you want? More money like that, Chisler?
You know that isn't true, Mida. What's happened to turn you so suddenly against me? I want only your well-being and happiness, as always.
Skip it. What do you really want?
I'm worried about you, Mida. Terribly worried. Your luck is running low. I've seen it in the cards. Not once, half a dozen times. There's great trouble ahead for you soon. There is even death.
Have you come here to frighten me?
To warn you. You must be very careful, very cautious.
Of what? Who?
Who knows?
You're lying. You've only come here to scare me, you cheap tin-horn fortune teller. So Mida's luck is running low, is it? Well, listen, Toots. Mida's luck is running high, and higher, and higher. Hello.
Hello, darling. I just called to say goodnight.
Oh, hello, David. I've been waiting simply hours for your call. I'm so lonesome.
Well, it was all very embarrassing. All I could do was bow out as gracefully as possible, and...
What a exit that schlemiel writes in for himself. He begged Mida for dough to pay his rent, and she kicked him out. But I mean kicked. He bowed out all right, yeah, only backwards.
Go on, Raymond.
The same man, I think, was listening at the door when I left. He ran, and I couldn't see his face, but he wore a shiny black raincoat.
That's him, the shiny raincoat. That's the man I seen hanging around outside the apartment house lately. He was in the alleyway last night when Mida left the theater. Him and a tall blonde doll. And they was arguing.
We got that couple that was with Turk, Inspector. I'll bet you can't guess who.
Bring him in.
Hello, Mr. Custer. You know so many people, don't you, dear? Mostly she's. Do you have to look at her as though you'd like to have her for breakfast on toast?
That the one?
That's him.
That's the couple I saw running from the car just before we found Maida.
Well, well, well. The boy detective. It's a small world, ain't it?
Well, yes, and that's rather neatly put, too. My sweet, this aging gent is Inspector Gunther. He's a great guy when you take the trouble to know him. Don't take the trouble.
Won't you folks come in and rest a spell?
No, thanks. We'll run along.
Sit down!
Now, look, are we under arrest?
You said it. McAdams, run down and get me a bench warrant for this smart aleck.
On what charge? Can't a taxpayer take a stroll with his wife? For what?
The book. What were you doing in that private car? And with Turk? And outside the theater last night? And at Maida King's apartment? You Park Avenue private dicks think you can get away with suspicion of murder.
Yes, sir.
Did the man say murder, Daddy?
Mm-hmm. That's one of his favorite words.
You want to talk now or later?
Later. Much later. But I'll be delighted to listen.
No secrets.
We was only talking about the...
I'll have none of this finagling behind my back.
Well, then why don't you examine them one at a time? What kind of a three-ring murder investigation is this, anyway?
My kind, and you speak when you're spoken to.
Well, Mr. Custer, ain't you gonna give a girl even a teeny-weeny tumble?
Well, Miss Delroy, it's nice to see you. Miss Delroy, this is my wife. It's Miss Delroy.
How do you do, Miss Delroy? So that's a tumble.
You, know this, Mr. Custer?
Know him.
Now, Mrs. Delroy, how would you like to let us all in on that secret?
I'd like it fine. It ain't no secret. I guess I might as well begin with when I met mine. It was about 7, 8 years ago. I was with a breakaway burlesque troupe over in Queens. The world moves on, the party's done, but Broadway, it's still Broadway. The lights are changed and rearranged, but Broadway, it's still a good old Broadway. The joys and fears of yesteryear are still thrilling today. And a million voices shout hooray at the Broadway.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Look, dearie, individuality has its place, get it? But its place ain't in the chorus, get it? Now, suppose you stop being a terpsichorean genius for a minute and try getting together with the rest of the girls, get it?
Look, Queenie, did it ever occur to you that the other girls could get together with me? 'Cause I got it.
Break for lunch, girls, 20 minutes. That means you too, Isadora. Get out of here.
How long you been in this racket?
Oh, this is my first offense.
I thought so. You're only a kid. Bet your quarter you ran away from home.
Mm-hmm.
What for?
Oh, one thing and another. Stepfather trouble.
Maida King. Where'd you ever dig up a moniker like that? Huh?
My old lady used to tell me a story about a famous king named Midas. Everything he touched turned to gold. My real name's Beulah Toohey. Ain't that a pip? Let's go, huh?
Yeah, sure. I don't know what that brat did to me or how she did it, but I was her pigeon from then on. When that show folded, I suggested she move in with Baby and me to cut down expenses. So jobs were few and far between, and I fell back in my old sideline. Swedish massage. Might have had talent, you gotta say that for her. And she was plenty ambitious. But her ambition was just for one thing. Money. She sure had what it takes to get men. And if they didn't have what it takes to get perfume and jewelry and fur coats, they didn't get anywheres with Maida. She didn't keep any of those things. She sold them for money, folding money. She must have had a good big sock full of it then stashed away someplace. Maida King. King Midas. She sure had the golden touch. She put the golden touch on men, the golden gimme bite. That's the reason I could never savvy her marrying a small-time oaf like him. Didn't have a quarter. Well, anyway, that marriage didn't last very long. She got herself a job in Chai and checked out on Reinhardt, but fast. That was the last I saw or heard of her for about 2 years. Then one night I was ankling down Broadway, wondering where the next hamburger was coming from, when I seen a picture. Hello, Beulah.
Why, Pearl, of all people. Gee, I'm glad to see you. Let's have a drink, huh?
Sure. You know, I can't even get a bad job in a show anymore. So I thought
You know, Pearl, there's no one in the whole world I'd rather help if only I
Look,
had...
honey, if you could just spare a few bucks of that 50 I let you have when you add Paul. Maybe a Finn, huh?
Pearl, I swear I've been absolutely working my hips to the bone to make ends meet myself. But maybe in a week or 10 days I can help you.
Hey, Mida. Hey, beautiful, snap out of it. Come on.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, darling, keeping a poor working girl waiting around for hours.
Let's go over to Tony's and wrestle with a couple of those 3-inch T-bones.
Let's go, huh? So long, honey. See you soon.
And from then on, Turk was right square in the middle of Mida's picture. But not for long. She took him for whatever he had. He'd introduced her to Frankie, and that was that. Frankie was big game. And when Turk got a little stuffy about it, she framed him into a very neat and pretty little murder indictment.
How'd you know that?
Because she was there, chum. She put the D on Mida again, and Mida finally broke down and gave her a job as a maid. Flop and beans and no salary. Mama and Mida was like that from then on.
I don't suppose Frankie had anything to do with that rig murder rap.
What do you think?
Mr. Custer, I told you to speak when you're spoken to. Now button up your lip and keep it buttoned. Go on, Mrs. Delroy.
Well, around that time, Mida really started going places. Frankie backed her in a show. Verona was a smash hit. It was a sin she'd get too big for him. And they had an awful battle one night, and she walked out on him, out and up. Mida always moved up. Everything was always bigger and better, especially angels. Until finally she took Ramon's astrological advice that everything she touched had turned to gold a little too seriously, and backed herself in a new show with her own dough. Well, it wasn't a flop, but it wasn't good. The shock of losing a few bucks almost killed her. So she made up with Old Faithful here, but fast. And they got together and cooked up a deal for her to star in his new show. In the second or third week of rehearsal, I was at home, and,
Thank you for a thrilling evening, Mr. Henderson. I'd ask you in, but it's so late, and I don't think girls should, well, you know.
Well, it isn't really late, Mida. Couldn't I come in for just a minute?
I'm afraid not. Maybe some other night, when I know you better.
May I call you tomorrow?
Why, yes, I'd love it.
Good night, Mida. You're lovely.
Thank you. Good night. Well, honey, that's him.
Who's him?
David Henderson. That's the kind of guy I've been writing to Santa Claus about since I was knee-high to a girdle.
Why'd you ask him in?
Don't be silly. Slow and easy does it with that type.
What's he got, huh?
Oh, nothing to speak of. Couple of yachts, a seat on the stock exchange, and $7 million. 7 million beautiful cartwheels. My favorite number and my favorite hardware.
Well, inside of 2 weeks, she had Dave lying down and rolling over, begging her to accept slight tokens of his affections, like platinum-mounted airships and square-cut emeralds. But Mida knew what she wanted. She was giving him the old hard-to-get routine, till the poor yen was well-nigh dippy and finally asked her to marry him.
When was this?
Yesterday morning. It was all going to be kept very quiet. David ordered a private car to be spotted down on the Hotel Admiral siding right back of the theater. Well, everything was swell up until the time we got to the theater. It was an ace of spades lying on the dressing room floor, and I lay 6-2 and even. Ramon put it there. He'd always worked on Mida's nerves like that when he was building up to a touch.
It's a nasty lie. I never did anything to hurt Mida.
Hey, what's the matter?
Get him some water. It's his heart. He gets those spells every once in a while.
Here, you better take it easy. I know how it is. I got one of them trick tickets myself.
Woman Parnassus here. You want to see him?
Sure, bring him in. The more, the merrier.
Connie. What in the world is the matter?
Hello, Father. How did you know?
Well, the traffic division telephoned me about this terrible business. I hurried over to the terminal, and they told me there that you had discovered that girl's body and had called the police, and that you'd been arrested.
Not arrested, Mr. Finesse. Only held for questioning. This is just a preliminary investigation. Nobody's been pinched yet, except a couple of the more logical suspects.
He means you.
Yes, Butch, I heard him.
All this about whether Connie is or is not arrested is just a technicality. She is being detained.
Look, you're one of the heads of the New York, Chicago, and Western, ain't you?
Well, I'm chairman of the board, but that doesn't...
But I want to stay, Father, and try and help all I can to clear up this ghastly mess.
Well, I want to help, too. After all, this dreadful accident isn't going to benefit the road materially.
It ain't an accident. Won't you sit down? Please go on, Mrs. Delroy.
Maybe if Mida took you up on that proposition, Mr. Finesse, she'd be alive and kicking today instead
What
of...
proposition? What proposition?
He came to see Mida last night, just before we left for the theater.
Is that true?
Yes.
Well, then maybe you'd like to...
I'd like to tell you. Last evening, I learned for the first time about David's impending marriage to Mida King. Connie and I dined out. After dinner, I pleaded a business appointment. Told her I'd join her later. And I called on Miss King in her apartment, and...
Why, Mr. Finesse, you sweep a girl right off her feet. 50 grand. Chicken feed, Mr. Finesse. Cigarette money. Are you out of your mind trying to buy David back with a Humpty Dumpty bid like that? Pearl, show this spendthrift out.
But, Miss King...
And give me my chinchilla. We're going to be late.
I rejoined Constance at the theater. I didn't tell her about my session with Miss King, of course.
Yeah, that's the way it was. I couldn't help feeling a little sorry for Mr. Finesse. She was so nasty to him. After he left, she hollered and laughed about the way he took her till I thought she was going to blow her topper.
Go on from where you left off.
Well, the show started off without any hitches, but at the end of the first act finale...
Looks like another hit.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Mida, darling, that's swell.
Mom, there's that Finesse gal on the second row. You know, the one Mida took Mr. Moneybags away from. She's with her old man. Guess she came down to see how the other half lives, huh?
Where you been? I had to make a complete change.
I was just taking a gander out front, dearie. Did you see the Finesse gal out there with her paw?
Uh-huh. Those Newport frails give me a severe pain in the ear. Where does she get off thinking she can... Where were you raised? Didn't anyone ever tell you it's bad luck to whistle in a dressing room?
I'm sorry, miss. I was raised in a cattle boat where folks whistle when they feel like it, including the cows.
Hello? Where are you?
Mida, what's the matter?
Turk, he... Look.
And as soon as she saw that ace of spades, Mida took off. And I went home to pack. Ramon was waiting in the lobby. He kept asking me what time it was, like he was trying to establish an alibi or something.
Look,
Maida could have come back to the theater, couldn't she? She could have been bumped off in the theater, the alley, and carried down to the car, couldn't she?
I suppose so. You ought to know better about that than...
If you don't shut up and sit down and stop trying to move in on this investigation, I'll have you thrown in the pokey.
Well, somebody better move in on it. You're not getting anywhere.
Well, Custer, please.
How was she bumped off?
Custer, I'm asking.
How was her nibs bumped off?
Relax, folks.
Well, that did it. Now he'll probably toss me in the cooler, and I'll have to sue the city for false arrest.
Why don't you stop riding him?
Why don't you stop asking silly questions? I know what I'm doing.
Excuse me, I'd like to get another cup of water.
It's all right. I'll get it for you.
But, sweets, But... Can I help it if I... Goodbye now.
Did you check with the autopsy surgeon like I told you?
Every 5 minutes. He says if I don't stop bothering me, he's going to...
Give me the morgue.
Hello? Inspector Gunther, he wants to talk to you, Doctor.
Oh, he does he? Listen, you. As I've told that lame-brained flunky of yours 15 times, I don't know how this dame kicked off yet. And when I know, I let you know.
Now, look here. You can't do that to me. Oh, thanks, Doc. Oh, don't apologize. I know you're doing your best. Well, here I am with a whole office full of talkative suspects, and we don't even know how she was murdered.
If we could just pick out the one that done it and concentrate on him, I bet you he could tell us.
There's a bunch of reporters out there screaming their heads off.
It's good for him. Develops the lungs.
Well?
Why did you try to establish that alibi at Mighty King's apartment? Hey, you thief. This is hard again. Get a doctor. I told him to take it easy. Let's take him in the other room, fellas.
You went just like that.
Was he dead?
You were.
I was not.
Yes, you were.
I was not. That's
oh,
a lie.
don't give me
You
that.
keep your
Yes,
nose
you
out of my
were.
business.
Keep your nose out of my business.
Break it up.
Break it up.
These two have been going round and round, Inspector. I have to keep prying them apart.
She's got no call to get me mixed up in this thing. I was nowhere near that car.
If you weren't anywhere near the car, maybe you wouldn't mind telling us where you were.
Well, I was working on...
Maybe first you'd like to tell him why you've suddenly been hanging around Maida the last couple of
Well,
weeks.
I had a perfect right to, didn't I? She divorced me, but I was always nuts about her. I was just trying to talk her into getting hitched again.
Ha ha, gee, if that ain't a pip I'll put in with you. He was trying to peddle Maida their marriage license because he heard about her having Henderson on the string and figured she wouldn't want him to know anything about any previous matrimonial missteps.
Is that true?
Well, certainly not. I ain't gonna talk until I see a lawyer. You guys ain't gonna railroad me.
Okay. Would you like to contribute further, Miss Delroy?
I sure would. You pick the sweetest people to get mixed up with.
I don't pick them. They pick me. I'm in the business.
Monkey business. Now take Miss Delroy.
You take her.
I'll take her in the back of the neck with a hatchet if she doesn't stop giving you that boudoir eye.
If you please, Miss Delroy.
Well, when they told me I had to go on for Maida in the second act, I was fit to be tied. I'd only been understudying her for a couple of weeks and knew I was a cinch to muff a lot of lines, and there was everybody patting me on my back, telling me it was my big chance.
Was Frankie there to pat you on the back?
Why, no. Come to think of it, he wasn't.
I once knew a fellow about your size and shape, Custer. Bad habit. Always talking out of turn. He woke up one morning picking lead out of his stomach.
Why, you cheap gunman, give me the gripe. Always talking like a detective story magazine. Why don't you...
Ah, did it! Heave that creature in the tank.
All right, you put me away. And I'll be out on a habeas corpus before you can canter around that table. And I'll be sitting in the lap of every newspaper in this town with a story of the dumbest murder investigation on record. All right, Mike, I'll go quietly. How'd you just see those headlines? Gunther's Folly. Well-known detective inspector draws deuce in King murder case.
Hey.
All right, let's go. Oh, yeah, there's just one more thing. Now, you'll never break this case without me and what I know. And you'll never break it here. The payoff is down in that private car someplace in that theater. Now, if we went down there, we might get somewhere.
We're gonna stay right here and like it.
So you want to come to the theater? So we come. So what do we turn up? Nothing.
Well, it's cozy here. Or is it? I guess it's just that the theater's in my blood.
Miss Delroy, what happened here tonight?
Well, this was the chilliest house I ever seen. They tried to like me, I guess, but they pay their dough to see Mida. So I locked myself in my dressing room and, well, I guess I cried quite a lot. Then I had a couple of snorts and got to feeling a little better. And then I decided I might as well go down and say goodnight to Mama and wish Mida luck. So I went down the alley into the basement of the Admiral. Well, when I got to the car, I was walking along.
Who was the man who ran past you in the basement?
Miss Delroy, I regret to say, is lying.
Yeah? Well, maybe you can tell us where you were.
I was at the theater out front. I sat with two gentlemen of my acquaintance in the last row and watched the second act die under Miss Delroy's decidedly inexpert nursing. Then we went next door and had a drink, and I returned to the theater where your Mr. Strom picked me up.
Why, Mr. Cyril, you're a big storyteller.
Who were these gents you was with?
Mr. Louis Carpe and Mr. Eric Schneller.
Yeah.
Frankie, you're a card. What a sense of humor. And what an alibi. Mile away Louis and Schneller the mooch.
Strom.
Yeah.
Pick him up.
Please look after this for me, Inspector. Your Mr. Strom overlooked it. Now, stand up.
Here, Butch, keep this lit.
Hit him, Rocky! Punch him!
Come on, break it up, break it up. Pick out him, Spell. He's liable to hurt Custer. Go get him, break it up.
Rocky!
Come on, you mug, break at it. No, throw that. They'll lock you up. I'll lock you up. Custer.
Rocky!
Come on. Don't. You're liable to hit your husband. Maybe that wouldn't be such a bad
No, if he can't do that to Rocky, I'll kill him. I'll mow him down.
All right already. Enough is too much.
Thanks, Ma. I can take care of this lizard myself.
Come on, boys. Break it up. Calm down.
I'll calm him down. Him and his lies and trick alibis. I happen to know he tailed Mida when she left the theater last night because I followed the both of them.
Darling, I think you have a run.
Quiet. Now we're getting somewhere. So you admit you followed Mida.
And Frank.
Why?
Oh, just idle curiosity. If you saw the star of a show take off on opening night between acts, tailed by her producer, wouldn't you follow him?
So where do they go?
I don't know. I didn't have any luck. I lost him in the hotel basement. Got mixed up with a big dumb watchman. He made me come back. Frankie can take it from there.
Well, Frankie, you want to give?
I was very worried about the way Mida was acting. When I saw her come out with Pearl, I stood behind a flat near the fire door, overheard them. I couldn't believe it, but Mida was running out on the show. And then, suddenly, she was gone, and...
Mida, wait!
Well, what do you want?
What do I want? Do I have to remind you that the second act goes on in about...
No, you don't have to remind me. I know. But it'll have to start without me and finish.
Mida, are you crazy?
Yeah, crazy like an owl. Look, Frankie, I just had a telephone call from guess who? Turk.
Oh, somebody's playing a joke on you. He's up to...
He's escaped. Don't you think I know that voice?
But, Mida, you've got to finish the show. And tomorrow, perhaps we can make other arrangements. Surely you'll be as safe from Turk at the theater?
Oh, sure, and let that sharpshooter walk in and pick me off from the last row of the balcony? No, thanks. I'll stay here. Listen, Frankie, Turk ain't all. Busted mirrors and aces of spades and a couple dozen finks on my tail for dough all the time. That ain't all either. I'm gonna get married to $7 million.
Henderson?
Uh-huh. I finally put it over. Oh, boy, am I going to take that sucker for his fillings, or am I? Look me up in Reno in about 6 months, Frankie, and we'll come back and put on a show that'll set Broadway right back on its hams.
Oh, Excuse me, miss. Do you mind if we move this car over to another siding? Just temporary. We'll bring it right back.
You can take my car and put it wherever you want it, handsome. You going out west with us?
No, miss. I work right here in the yards.
Adios, Francisco. Don't take any wooden actors.
Arrivederci, Signora Henderson. May you always get what you so richly deserve.
And I guess that's all.
And did you come straight back here to the theater?
No.
What'd you do?
Coming back through the tunnel, I got to thinking about the way Maida had laughed me out of $60,000. That's what it cost to produce this show. I thought I could at least have asked her to split the loss with me. I hurried straight back to the siding, but they'd already moved the car. I looked for it.
Uh-huh. You looked for it just long enough for the second act to get finished and Miss Delroy to spot you in the basement.
Do you rough these yarns in and outline first, Frankie, or do you just make them up as you go along?
If you don't make him lay off me, I'll kill him, so help me.
You and what pansy to
Frankie, you gotta admit
I got to admit nothing. That's my story, and you're stuck with it. Why are you writing me anyway when it's obvious the Turk...
Never mind about Turk. We'll get to Turk later.
And it's very strange nobody speaks of the money. There's a lot of talk about money generally.
Money?
but nothing-
Money? What money? What are you talking about?
Ask her what I'm talking about.
If it's that old needle dream about Marta changing all her moolah into big bills and keeping them on her, I pass.
You know she never trusted banks.
Sure she didn't. And it's a cinch she saved every dime she could beg, borrow, or steal. But she must have stashed it away somewhere else. Mama ought to know.
Mama certainly should.
McAdams.
Yeah?
You and Arch go over that private car again with a fine-tooth comb.
Looking for what? $1 million at least in $1,000 bills.
And tell Ed to bring me back another bottle of sherry, a cold one.
I'll tell you what. Let's all go. We're not getting anywhere here.
Sit down.
Okay. Just a suggestion. I like it here. You know, Inspector, when I say that we're not getting anywhere here, I don't mean by that you're not doing a swell job. Don't get me wrong. I think you're doing great. It's just that...
Go on.
Well, it's just that you're approaching this thing from an entirely realistic point of view.
Yeah? What's that?
Well, now, look. You're trying to build up a case against one, maybe two murders. All right, instead of eliminating some of them, you're tying in everybody. But good. It stands to reason you can't send all of them to the chair.
Where do you get that damn stuff? You're in this up to your studs.
Okay, all of us. All right, now I'll lay you a swell price. You can whip up an indictment against any of them based on probabilities, passion, or realistic motives. Anger, envy, revenge, greed, jealousy, hatred, humanitarianism, because whoever knocked that witch off ought to be a cinch for a Nobel Prize. But who had an absolutely terrific motive for killing her from the romantic point of view?
My daughter has nothing to say. Nothing.
Okay. It wasn't my idea.
Please, Father. I'd rather tell him all I know about it now and get it over with.
But you've been through quite enough as it is.
Please, Father.
All right. If you're sure you really want to.
Early last evening, David telephoned and said he had to see me. You see, it had always been assumed that we'd be married someday. Ever since we were kids. We'd been engaged for years. He came to the house and...
And I suppose it's idiotic and wrong, and, well, it's certainly a pretty raw deal for you. But I don't seem to be able to help myself. I'm crazy about her.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that sort of blind, half-mad infatuation destroyed, temporarily at least, one's perspective. I can understand everything about it except marriage.
I don't wonder. Doesn't make much sense, does it? I'm not at all sure Maida loves me. And I hardly think that I intended it to go this far. But there it is.
When is it to be?
Tonight after the show. I've taken a private car. We'll be married in Hartford and then go on out west.
Well, as David so aptly puts it, there it is. And so, with head held high, jilted maiden exits laughing.
Could desolated father prevail upon jilted daughter to dine with him?
He certainly could, darling. I knew I could depend upon you not to feel sorry for me.
Sorry, indeed. On the contrary, I'm glad it happened now instead of later. Let's not talk about it.
But I want to talk about it. I not only want to talk about it, but I want to jump right into the middle of it. And after dinner tonight, I want you to take me to the opening of Take It Broadway.
Oh, no, Connie. Anyway, you've seen that King girl before.
Ah, but that was before. And then we went to the theater. When they announced Miss King couldn't go on for the second act, we decided we'd had enough and we went home. Then I got a crazy idea.
Connie, what are you doing here?
I came to tell you I'm sorry I was such a heel this evening, David, and to wish you all happiness, and
Where's Marta?
I don't know. I knocked, but there wasn't any answer.
Mida! Mida!
David, what's the matter?
She's dead.
And then I called the police. And when Miss Delroy came, I told her what had happened, and then you and your men arrived.
You wouldn't by any chance be trying to cover for Mr. Henderson, would you, Miss Furness?
I don't know what you mean.
She does know what I mean. She doesn't. I don't suppose you'd like to speak for yourself, would you? No, I don't suppose he would. Say, what about that car being juggled around? Where was it moved and why?
Custer, please, not again.
Now, look, will you let me ask just 3 questions and then I'll fold up for the night?
Shut up and sit down.
Okay. If you're too stubborn to take advantage of my considerable talents and you want to fool around with this case all winter, all right.
All right. 3 questions, and I can hardly wait.
You heard me, my foul friend. Now, what about that car?
It was just routine switch repairs. In case it wouldn't be done in time for the pickup, they moved the car to a free siding.
Mm-hmm. How long was it there?
About 10 minutes, I guess.
About 10 minutes. Question number 2. How was she murdered? Was she shot, stabbed, poisoned, strangled, drowned, starved, or struck by lightning?
Custer.
But you can't reason with a bull-headed mug like the Inspector Sweets. I keep asking him for the rest of the evening off, and he keeps saying... Goodbye now.
Question number 2.
Custer. We don't know how she was killed. She was just laying there, stiff and stark and chilly. The doc's still working on it. The doc. I think I'll give him a call. No, on second thought, why bother him? He promised to call me. You tell me how it was done. You're so smart. You know so much about all the other angles of this case.
Remember your pump. Frankie, I want to apologize. I've changed my mind. I think you've been telling the truth. And that brings us to number 3.
The $64 question.
Mr. Henderson, did you or did you not arrive at that car while Mida and Frankie were playing that touching little farewell scene? Did you or did you not lurk in the shadows outside and overhear her refer to you as a dope and a sucker? Did you or did you not wait until Frankie had gone and then go in and strangle Mida in a blind rage?
No, I had nothing to do with it. She was not strangled.
Aha! And how do you happen to know that, my fine, pin-feathered friend?
Well, there were no marks, no bruises.
No marks, no bruises.
No rubbing, no lather, no shave, no nothing.
May I remind the assembled company that throat bruises often don't show up for several hours. May I also...
Look here, sir. Don't you think that this travesty has gone far enough?
I certainly do, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the murder of Mida King. Is there a policeman in the house?
really think he done it, do you?
Certainly not. But he's ready to yodel now after putting on the clam all evening. He just needed a little treatment.
Inspector, why do you allow this high-handed treatment of an obviously innocent man?
Listen, Mr. Finesse, nobody is innocent, see? Sing, son. And take it slow and easy.
Well, I got Mrs. Delroy's message at the theater and called the apartment. She told me that Mida was terribly frightened going down to the car. Naturally, I was worried.
Everybody reach. You too, Toots. Listen, Turk, you ain't got a chance in a million of getting away. I got men at every exit of the theater, a dozen of them, 15. Who said something about getting away, Inspector? Maybe I don't want to get away. Maybe I only want one little thing. Maybe I only want to let Frankie have it where it'll do him the most good. Fix him so he'll never double-cross a friend again. And Delroy. And her charming daughter, who knew about it but wouldn't open their big yaps at my trial. Where do you like it best, Frankie?
Wait a minute, Turk. Now, don't be a chump. Don't you realize you're in the clear now if you just sit tight and play 'em close to your vest? I don't spoil it all for a little tin-horn revenge. That won't get you any meat and potatoes. And it won't make a cot in the death cell any softer. You can take my word for it. They'll never stick you for this one. Come on, now, give me that. Well, what do you say? Let's all go down to the car.
We're gonna stay right here and...
All right, let's go.
And when I got about here, I looked up and saw Mr. and Mrs. Custer run from the other end of the car.
Probably just exercising his wife.
Oh, there must have been a couple of other Custers. There's bad light down here. No wonder he made a mistake.
Find anything?
Nothing.
All right, let's go in.
Sure, I'm glad she got it. I'm only sorry I didn't know she was here, so I could have done the honors myself.
You sure you weren't here in the car?
Nowhere near it. I called her at the theater. I'd read in the papers about the show opening and told her I was going to get her.
And after your telephone?
Well, I kept on trying to get out. I must have tried a dozen exits, but they were all guarded. Then I run into...
Stuffy in here, isn't it?
Custer! Wait a minute!
All right, all right. Now, don't start hooping and hollering. I'll tell all. Turk is my client. His attorneys have been squawking for a new trial ever since he was sent up, and they hired me a couple of weeks ago, and I dug up enough new evidence of a frame-up to justify one. That's why I've been tailing Mida and seeing Miss Delroy and things like that.
So that's the reason you've been giving me that big pitch about I was the kind of girl you could really go for, and your wife didn't understand you, and just so you could pump me about Mida. Why?
That'll be enough of that, Miss Delroy. Go on, Mr. Custer.
Go on. Isn't that enough? Good evening, Inspector.
Good evening, Inspector.
Mile away in the mooch here. Back up Frankie's alibi all the way, sir.
So you went to the show tonight, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell it in your own words.
Well, we went to Frankie's opening, see? Good show, see? During the second act, Frankie come in, sat down alongside of us, see? Pretty soon the show was over, and three of us went next door and got some light refreshments, see? And, well, I guess that's all, see?
Well, that's fine, boys. Thanks.
That's all right. No trouble at all. Well, good evening, Inspector.
Good evening, Inspector.
Malarkey boys are in fine fettle tonight, aren't they? Say, hasn't it occurred to you that this car was probably over on the other siding or on its way there when Mida was cooled off?
Yes, it has occurred to me, Custer. That's the reason I've given orders for it to be moved over there, just like before, see?
Now, she ain't awful about that lady.
Yeah, it sure is. Say, how do you keep tabs on these cars? Know where to find them?
Oh, all the trains and wild cars in the terminal are shown on an electric chart up in the main control tower. It's a very complicated piece of machinery. Only about 2 of them in the world, I think.
Where's the other one?
Right up there in the main offices, the New York, Chicago, and Western.
They use that most as an advertising stunt, I think, because they don't control no traffic from up there.
Up to it, fellas. Custer, you a gambling man?
I play a little spit in the ocean occasionally, cribbage.
I guess you wouldn't like to make a little wager on this case.
I might shoot.
I'll bet you any amount, even money, Reinhardt's the murderer.
You got a new inside? You've been working on it?
Take it or leave it.
All right, I'll take it. 50.
Bet.
Bet.
McAdams! McAdams!
Yeah, if the doc calls with any new dope on the autopsy, put him through to this number. Murray Hill 4 7599. Bye.
Find anything?
You?
Hey, what's this for?
Keep tools and tackle and stuff to make repairs.
You always leave these boxes unlocked?
Oh, sometimes yes, sometimes no. This is a blind siding. No passengers come down here.
Hey, come here a minute, will you? Where does this go?
Private elevator to the main office on the 4th floor. It's locked. We don't use it very much anymore.
Look, you play ball with us, and we'll play ball with you.
I don't want to play ball. I want to see a lawyer.
But, Sweets, I've been trying all night.
I'll catch it. Yeah. Yeah, well, Inspector Gunther isn't here right now. This is his assistant. Thanks, Doctor. Yes, I'll tell him right away.
Custer! Custer! Come in here. You stalled me off long enough. I want you to talk and talk fast, and I want details.
Well, what about our bet? What about Reinhardt?
Never mind that. Never mind Reinhardt. What about you?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I've told you everything I know. If you're just trying to bear down on my family, why don't you give Butch there a whirl? Besides being my bride, my best friend, and Vera's critic, she's also my assistant. She ought to come through with some swell stuff.
Well, Mrs. Custer, you got something to say?
Inspector, if the things I've got to say were laid end to end, they'd probably just lay there. I've been getting this Turk King case excuse for going on to 3 weeks. So last night I decided to go to the opening of Take a Broadway for a close look at the glamorous Miss King, who was taking up all of Mr. Custer's time, especially his nights. During intermission, I went out into the alley to smoke a cigarette. And who do I run into but Mr. Custer himself? We talked about the inclement weather, things like that. And then he followed Frankie Amida just as he told you. Only first he told me to stay and keep an eye on Miss Finesse.
Why?
He probably wanted her to watch Miss Finesse, because like a big sap, I told him about Mida getting married, and he knew about the Henderson-Finesse type.
Where did he go?
He just went. What do you suppose?
Why do you let that two-bit criminologist roam around like he owned the earth? Don't you realize he's under arrest?
Sorry, Inspector.
You sure this is all right, boss? Oh, yeah, sure. I'm a special investigator on the King case.
Custer!
Say, who all beside yourself would have a key to this door?
Anybody who works for the road might have one.
Would Reinhardt?
Who is he?
Electrical maintenance, works in one of the control towers.
Sure, he might have one. Nobody ever uses this anymore.
Hey, Rocky!
And why's the light turned on?
Say, that's funny.
Well, go find him. You might as well go on, Mrs. Custer.
Well, Miss Finesse and her father went home, and then later she came back out, and I followed her to Grand Central. And the rest happened just as she said at the car. Then I saw Mr. Custer hiding down at the other end, and I circled around and joined him. Mr. Henderson saw us when we ran. halfway across the terminal, we unexpectedly bumped into Turk in the darkness. Mr. Custer told him about Maida being murdered.
Stop! 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 Stop. Do you mean to say your husband knew Maida King had been murdered then at about the time Miss Finesse and Henderson discovered the body and before the police had been called?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean to say that Mr. Custer...
Call me, Inspector?
You hear what the lady said? You knew Maida King was murdered before everybody else?
Well, everybody but the murderer. And Maida, of course.
Here he is. Here he is. Go bump your head. Is that all, Mrs. Custer?
Well, I guess so. Oh, wait a minute. When your men caught us down in that steam tunnel, one of them tore the lining in my coat. And I certainly expect the city to pay for it.
Now, let's see now, Custer. Withholding information of murder, a felony. Aiding and abetting an escaped prisoner, a felony. Conspiracy to...
Ring 3 and you get a cigar.
You give out and give out fast, and now you go to the clink. Incommunicado, and there'll be no habeas corpuses or hocus pocuses like that.
Inspector, what you just said. All right, now I've been trying to tip this case over for you all night, but nobody can get a word in edgewise with you shooting off your big mouth all the time. Grandstanding. Ready? Ready? Ready. Now, where'd I leave off? Oh, yeah. Well, I tailed Maida and Frankie down to the hotel basement and got jammed up with that watchman. Had to go all the way around through the terminal to get down to the Admiral siding. The car wasn't there. I'd been down to tail it in the afternoon on a tip from... So, I looked for it. And I found it. Right where it is now. No one was around. Both doors were locked. Maida was lying on the floor, dead. I started...
How'd you know she was dead?
Point killer. Live people don't look like that.
Wait a minute. If she was dead at that time while the car was still here, then that eliminates Henderson and Miss Finesse, and the Delroys, and Turk, and Frankie.
How come it eliminates Frankie?
Well, that brakeman backed his story. He said he saw... I said Frankie! Yes, sir. It just about lets everybody out, except...
I didn't do it. I tell you, I don't know nothing about it.
Excuse me, Inspector. I just double-checked on Reinhardt. He didn't leave that control tower from 5 of 9 to about 10:30.
Well. Now, if Reinhardt's in the clear, that makes you owe me 50 markers.
And if Reinhardt is in the clear, that makes you it. You're the only one who could have killed her. Right time, right place, everything. And if she had the money on her, you had a swell motive.
Oh, now look, Gunther, fun's fun and all that, but I...
You found the car here, all right. You knocked at the door. Might have didn't know you. Might have thought you was connected with the road. She let you in. Your angle was to sell her a bill of goods to clear your client Turk. Probably threatened to throw a monkey wrench into a big league marriage plan. She didn't come through with an affidavit or something. She wouldn't go for anything like that. No, not Maida. She started yelling and screaming and ran into the bathroom. You followed and clipped her, just gentle-like, to pipe her down. She went for the gun we found in the handbag, and a big roll of $1,000 bills fell to the floor. Before she had a chance to get the heater out, you clipped her again, but good. She fell and cracked the skull on the bathroom floor. Simple, ain't it?
Yeah, it's simple. Like the fourth dimensions in Chinese puzzles. She bumped the noggin. So the autopsy surgeon worries himself into a set of matched ulcers trying to diagnose simple fracture. Now, just to show you how wrong one man can be, I'm going to tell you what really happened.
I think you better tell it to the DA, Custer.
Well, that suits me just fine. You know, he's a pretty grim gent and he needs a good laugh once in a while on you. Ha, ha, ha. This is beautiful. Look, I'm so sure I've got this case wrapped up, I can even afford to make your cockeyed solution good. One part of it. That's Maida's dough. I snagged it through the window so it wouldn't tempt any of these innocent bystanders. Now, do you want me to tell it to the DA, or do you want to open up those baby blue eyes and pin back those shell-like ears and look and listen?
Okay.
All right, you and Strom come with me first. I want to show you something. Then my assistant.
The rest of you stay here.
this is a layout of the terminal. These little lights represent cars, trains. Now, this light over here is the Thanatopsis. This is the Admiral siding. No lights there now because it's clear. Now, let's imagine that it's about 10 o'clock last night. There's a man standing here, right where I am now, alone.
How did he get in here? These offices close at 6.
Never mind that now. He broke in. Now, that man is a potential murderer. I'm not sure why he came here or what he expects to accomplish. But as he stands staring down at this, all of his grinding hatred, all of his torturing lust to kill focuses on one tiny spot. He knows that that little light means a private car. The Thanatopsis is standing there. He knows that in that car there's a woman, Mida King. All of a sudden it begins to move. Here it goes, and here, and this switch. It's coming closer and closer. It's coming to this very siding where we are now. Are the gods jesting? Can this be a sign? Has fate brought my victim to this very door?
Come on, Costa. Break it up. Get to the point.
Now, please bear in mind I'm trying to express the murderer's feeling, not mine.
Oh, sure. So let's get on with it. You're the murderer. Mida King is down there in the car.
Now, you're quick to grasp these things, Inspector. You should have been a detective. Now then, the scene shifts. Now he stops. He looks around. The coast is clear. He tries the doors. Locked. So then he comes on down to here. And in there, he hears... look, Butch, go in and turn on the shower, will you? And, well, I'll tell you what, let's make this really authentic. Miss Furness, you're about Mida's height and weight. Will you please go in and take a shower?
All right.
Ready?
Just a minute. All right, Mr. Custer.
Now, here's the sound of the shower. In there, the woman who has blasted the happiness of one he loves, and he can do nothing. Nothing. There was only something with which he could reach out through those walls of steel and destroy that unattainable, that hateful creature. But wait. Here at his feet is the answer, an element. 1,000 volts of death. The third rail. But how to use it? Now, here in a pair of welder's gloves and a short length of wire is the answer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if I may have your undivided attention. With this end of the wire attached to the pipe that supplies the shower, all that's necessary now is to bring this other end into contact with the third rail. Like this.
Stop! You mustn't. My girl, my baby's in there.
Come now, Mr. Furness. You wouldn't let a little thing like 1,000 volts tip you over, would you?
Stop! You win, Mr. Custer. I killed her. I'm glad I killed her, and I'd do it again. Connie!
Don't take it so big, Mr. Furness. I instructed my assistant to keep Connie out of the shower. So you see, Inspector, the last guess was best. She was struck by lightning.
Oh?
Oh, then it was Furness who was
and that's not quite all. Mr. Furness thought he was alone, but he was in for a very unpleasant surprise. Probably went something like this. Come on. He starts to put the wire and the gloves back where he got them. And there stands a man, regarding him quizzically. A man who isn't going to let Mida get away without one last stab at a shakedown. A grand slam in spades, and he's tailed her here.
Ramon.
It wasn't hard for a very rich man to make a deal with a greedy little faker like Ramon, Inspector. But to make very sure that Ramon held up his end and didn't talk, Mr. Furness helped along his weak heart by slipping a small slug of poison into his water. At your office.
There he is.
Let's go get him. All right, folks, you can all go now.
So you're a genius. So let's go home.
So long, Turk. See you in court.
What are you waiting for, Custer? The applause?
My 50 smackers.
Why don't you stop feeding me this stuff? You know I hate it.
Well, let's go, Ma.
And don't think it ain't been charming, because it ain't.
Thanks, Inspector. See you around. Oh, wait a minute, Butch. I want to send a Valentine.
Oh, now look, Rocky, I'm tired. You know it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Inspector Gunther? This is the desk sergeant.
What? There's been another murder? Where? Grand Central Station. Oh.
Oh, it is a beautiful morning.
Hello, Rocky. Gee, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, just walking my wife.